My name is Stefanie Fox-Jackson, and I am the owner of Canvas Salon and Skin Bar and Talent Match. I never thought about beauty, actually. I remember, if I look backwards, I can remember that in high school I loved like waxing my own eyebrows and doing friends' makeup, and I would do people's hair for dances and things, but never in my life during that time did I think I wanted to be a hairdresser. In fact, I was dead set on law school. I was very, very academic and very just focused that was my path, and that was something my mom told me was going to be my path. I don't remember the moment, actually, that I thought this is what I'm going to do. I just remember the action of dropping out of college and deciding I was going to enroll in Aveda. I was the first part of the first graduating class. So I started cosmetology school when I was 18, and I actually gave up a full ride academic scholarship 4 weeks into my program because my best friend was in cosmetology school, and my mom, of course, about died. I mean, she said to me specifically, "Stefanie, you're wasting your brain." She swears that she never ever said to me that I was wasting my brain. And I vividly remember sitting in her kitchen, and she was standing with her back against our sink, and I was sitting at the table, and I said, "Well, I dropped out of school." And she was like, "What?" And so she says that never happened, but they're super proud of me. Both my parents are entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur, and they know, and they've always told me, you can be anything you want to be. When the Aveda Institute opened in Columbus, it was the very first school that was prestigious for beauty in the Columbus area. And so when a great school opened up, I think it was giving me permission to make that choice. My path really took me from Columbus, Ohio, where I went to cosmetology school, out to the West Coast, and I spent about 8 years in Los Angeles working for Aveda corporate in a variety of sales and education roles. Wanted to learn more, went back to school, got my undergraduate, got my MBA, really wanted to understand bridging the gaps in the beauty space. In, would have been about 2009, I left Aveda corporate and joined a startup company, and I got to travel all around the country and Canada and be in salons and teach and listen and do research and start to understand what does the workforce want. And I thought, well, if I'm going to be in all these salons helping teach, I should open my own salon. And I did that. So I kind of thought of my brand, which I opened in 2013, as my test lab. So I continued to do my consulting and training and research, and I was kind of playing out theories, if you will, in my own brand and understanding what worked and what didn't work. And so now we're 8 years in, my son's 8 years old, and I have I have Talent Match, which is a recruitment marketing for salons. And then I have Canvas, and Canvas is where I get to test the things that the research says are true or not true. There were some times where I was like, wow, how do I close the gap for what I need to keep going? Because I think a lesson that you don't always understand in business is that it takes money to make money. And if you don't have enough money to go through the growing pains to get to the place where you're making more money, a lot of businesses go under. I had to go back to the bank, and I had to go back to my savings account, and I had to go back to my family, and I had to say, who's gonna give me money to get through these next few years? Because here's what's coming on the other side. And of course, we're on that other side, but when you're in it and you're like, man, it's hard. It feels like failure. It feels scary. And I think the most important thing was that I had surrounded myself with people who were business minded and who could say to me, this is normal. This is business. And this is what happens when you're trying to do something big. So you just got to stay the course and keep going back and asking for help, and just surround yourself with people who believe in you. I think that owning my own salon is hands down out, professionally, not personally, but professionally, it's my biggest accomplishment. I started my salon with students that were straight out of school, and I had moved here from Los Angeles, so I didn't have any clientele. So we were $0, zero clients, and it was a from scratch build, and we've gotten to the point now where we're almost at $1 million in sales. My lesson in it was just to be constantly reminded and why did I do this? And my why was that I wanted to build a place where people could have a career that they loved and then live a life that they love. Yeah, I think the most important thing that's helped me succeed as a salon owner is really thinking about systems. I say to my team all the time, systems scale. So if we want to grow bigger, we have to be consistent. And the only way we can be consistent is if we have a system for how we do things. And that's how we say hello on the phone. It's how we book an appointment. It's how we have a consultation. And in the industry, when you're a stylist, you hear people talk all the time about how critical it is to be great at consultation and, pre-book your clients. And it starts to, I think, think in school, before you understand the business end of it, it just feels like people chirping in your ear about things you should be doing. Yes, you're a creative person, but this is a business and you need to have the skill and be creative enough to craft great interactions with your clients to make yourself successful so that you can have, you know, an annual salary over 100 grand and work 34 hours a week and, you know, get to do this beautiful craft that you love.